another video. Today I have a thrift haul and I thought it would be fun to bring the camera along and share with you where I'm already using these pieces at in our home. I've had these things for a few weeks and I've just collected them through the past few times that I have been thrifting, and I already have them decorated with, so I thought I would just bring you along and share how I'm using them, where I found them at, how much I paid, and everything like that. And hopefully this can give you some ideas not only on what to look for if you're out thrifting, but then also how to use them once you bring them home. So I hope that you enjoy this. It's gonna just kind of be like a walk through thrift haul type of video, but I hope that you enjoy, like I said, and we will go ahead and get started with the very first piece. The first two pieces I have that I want to share are this beautiful wreath and then this little brass welcome sign. The wreath was from Goodwill and I still can't believe I found this there. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe someone donated this. I was like, is there anything wrong with it? But it's literally in perfect condition. It's this beautiful grapevine wreath and then it's covered in these white flowers and then like these sprigs of green. So gorgeous. And I left the tag on so I could remember the price. It was $12.99 at Goodwill. Y'all can probably hear Pumpkin. He's talking in the background, but it was $12.99 for this gorgeous wreath. And then the little welcome sign we actually found at a little flea market, and I just loved the brass color of it. And then I love how it had these three little ducklings, and I just thought it would be perfect on a door. I didn't know exactly where I was going to use it at. I was thinking I might put it on the door or I might hang it up somewhere in the kitchen near like the entrance, but I ended up finding like the perfect home for it right here. And I was thinking like with each season, as long as I get a wreath that's around the same size, no matter what season I change the wreath out for, that little welcome sign will be in the middle. So I just think that's perfect. And I love that this wreath will work for all spring, all summer. It's a really good neutral light colored wreath and it's just so full. I love how full it is. And of course we didn't want to put screw holes in the door because we didn't want it to be completely permanent since we rent. So we just grabbed a really strong command hook or a command strip, and it holds up to like 8 pounds and it holds this heavy brass piece really well. It's been up for like 2 weeks now and it's really strong and sturdy, and I'm super happy that they make things like that so you can hang up heavier things without making it like completely permanent, because once you remove it, it doesn't leave a residue, and so those things come in really handy. But this wreath and the little sign are the first two little thrift finds that I wanted to share. Okay, the next few pieces that I found are all of these beautiful copper measuring cups and little scoops. I've always wanted to find like real vintage copper measuring cups, but I have never seen any unless they were like at a really high-end like antique store before. I've never just seen them out at a regular like you know, a local type of thrift shop or at Goodwill or anything like that for a good price. So I was so excited when I found these. They have brass handles, which I absolutely love, and I couldn't believe that they were all here, the complete set. None of them were missing, and the best part is these were $5.99 for the whole set, and so I might hang them up or something like that. I think would be really cute. And then I also found this set of 3 copper scoops, and it was $4.99 for those 3 scoops, which I also think is a really good deal. And I put one in the flour, one in the sugar, and then I'll find another spot to stick that, maybe in one of my other canisters in the cabinet. But I just think they are precious. I love these. I just love the copper and the brass mixed together. I think it's so pretty. The next piece I wanted to share is this beautiful vintage green plant mister. I have never been able to find a vintage one of these that is still intact and isn't broke. the spritzer literally still works, and it still has this little piece. Usually it's either missing that, or this piece is broke off, or the glass is damaged. So I could not believe when I saw this. It's this beautiful green thick glass, and of course I absolutely love this brass part at the top. I love the age it has to it and how you can tell how old it is, but it's still in such good condition. It was $10, which is a little pricey. It was like more of a splurge item because I had to really think hard about it if I wanted to spend that much on it. But I feel like you just don't see these all the time anymore, and I feel like if I ever do see them at antique stores, they can be a lot more expensive than that. So I figured, since I have so many plants and I love to mist them and use these all the time around the house, I thought I just needed to add this little vintage one to the collection, and I think it's a really special piece. So I'm excited that I found this little plant mister. And here on the coffee table is another new piece I found recently. I found this really nice basket tray for $3, and I really liked how it had like the handles on it, and it's a really pretty light wicker color. And I just have old books, some gardening books, and just some books that I've collected on here that kind of look springy, and then some pretty blue dishes with a little teapot, and then this little basket, and then these tulips on here. Over here next to the little faux fireplace, I have been really wanting to find some more vintage quilts to display on my blanket ladder. I've had this one on here for a while. It is one that I found at a yard sale a few years ago, and I just love the colors in it. So I kind of wanted a few more in similar colors to go on here, and I recently found this one at a peddler's mall, and it's this really beautiful star pattern quilt. And I just love the colors in it. It's those blues and a little bit of green, pink, and even like a lilac purple color. And so I got that. It was only $30, which, if you know anything about the pricing of vintage quilts, that's a really good price. This one has a lot of age to it and a little bit of like distressed fabric, but I think that that just adds so much character to it, and I really was excited to find it for that good price. So I added that to the top here, and then I also would love to find maybe another one to like tuck here at the bottom to have 3 on there, but for now I'm just displaying the 2 until I find one that I love to add on there with it later on down the road. And then I also have this little antique stool here. This was from my father-in-law like years ago, probably close to like 6 years ago now. He gave this to me, and I like painted it and distressed it, and I still just cherish this stool. I love it, and I really want to add like a vintage watering can that I have to it for spring with some florals in it, either that or maybe a house plant or something right here. We will just see, but I'm leaning towards the watering can. I need to finish up my spring decorations soon and get that all figured out, but for now this is how this little space looks, and I think these quilts are just really cute here next to the fireplace. Okay, one of my next recent thrift finds is this beautiful vintage brass Carousel horse figurine, and it's super heavy, super good quality. I believe it's an old paperweight. I looked it up and that's what it said it was used for, but I think it is so pretty. I love the brass. I'm really into brass accents and details lately. I like how they really tie in and match with a few of the little vintage lamps that I have. I just really like that color of metal, and I love like the character that it adds. So I found this little horse and I just fell in love with it. There was actually a few different ones. One of them was like a rocking horse, and then they had this carousel horse, and then the other one was just like a regular galloping horse, and I loved them all, but this one was my favorite, and I decided to bring it home. And I thought I could use it for like a either a bookend, or I could just use it as a little figurine in a little vignette, but I really like having it here up against my books to like hold them up. So that is where I'm going to use it at for now, on this little bookcase. Okay, the very last thing I have to share for this thrift haul is this set of floral dishes. I found these at Goodwill. These small plates were 79 cents, and then the large ones were 99 cents. I have seen this exact set of dishes at Goodwill before and passed on them, and I always regretted it because I thought that they would just be so beautiful for fall and just honestly for any season, because they're a very neutral brown transferware with these beautiful flowers and design on them. I thought they would be beautiful for a tablescape or displayed in my hutch. There's so much that you can do with these, and I just really love the floral. And this is the stamp on the back. I love that they're made in USA, and I just love the look of them. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dinner plates, and then these 2 saucers. So I decided to get all that I saw, and then if I ever see any more, I'll go ahead and pick up more to like add to the set and add to my collection over time. But on this trip, these are the only ones that I found from this set. But I thought they were so pretty, so I thought that I would share. And that is everything that I have found recently from the thrift store. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing everything I found recently and seeing how I'm already using it in our home. I hope this can, like I said, give you some ideas for your own spaces. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in my very next video.